A good evening and welcome to this Media Link News Bulletin. My name is Mbabazi and these are the headlines. Investigating the mood in the School of Journalism ahead of the polls on Monday.
But by Monday, we shall have the Media Link. We shall have the Media Link election.
Ministry of Gender guides university through anti-homosexuality campaign.
The last bill that the Roman Empire Senate passed was same-sex marriage, and it collapsed.
In our top story today, the inaugural Media Link elections are a weekend away, with both the candidates and students geared up for Monday's election. We investigated the mood around the election season, and now Timothy Okurut brings us the report.
After the Media Link Association was reactivated last year with the daring leadership of His Excellency Kefa Senoga, the association is headed for a leadership rebrand ahead of its elections on Monday. In this report, we are investigating the mood ahead of the elections. Bildan Arnold, the Speaker of the Media Link Association, is positive that the EC is ready to run through the elections this Monday.
Okay. Well, for the Media Link elections, as you all know, it was postponed from my initial date, which was Monday, to next week on Monday. And right now I can assure everyone that the EC is working tirelessly with the MIS to make sure the system is up, and the EC is preparing itself to have probably a mock election tomorrow. And hopefully after the mock election, we shall know that the system will be ready. But I can assure everyone that by Monday, we shall have the Media Link. We shall have the Media Link elections, and the association will be fully reinstated. And shortly after that, we shall have the swearing in. The system is in place, and everything is perfect.
However, a section of students haven't moved on from the sting of the vetting process that prompted Michael Inomugisha to take a leave from the race, and are still rekindling a passion for the competition.
That I will not be appearing on the voting ballot.
The thing is, I think it will affect, and it affected everything. Like even now, coordination amongst media practitioners in this school of ours, they are not coordinating at all. You see, this person is telling you this one is telling you this. When you ask them about who will vote, are you ready to vote? They will tell you that we are waiting, we don't know whom will vote. The man we wanted to be on ballot paper is no longer on ballot paper. So I think it will affect most of people not to vote. It will stop most of them not to come for this voting session. Secondly, you see, we are talking about Mike dropping out. But remember, even this act of changing positions, like secretary, the way they came, they put Pamela on secretary post. People, they are saying that they are not voting for that.
To me, I think Michael stepping down was a big hindrance, whereby we expected a lot from Mike because he's this kind of a person who has been in this podcast thingy. Like, he has been too much in videography, in podcasting stuff, and so on.
Constance Chuma Asere, the MP School of Journalism and Minister of Information, advised that the new committee should stick with the guild government to reach its full aspirations for the students.
Well, the Media Link Association, just like the other associations within the university, like the UCU Law Society, they directly fall under the docket of the Vice President. We are yet to have an association week organized by the guild, where various associations will have to showcase the different activities that the associations do. Well, for the students of journalism, they'll use that opportunity to showcase what they study in their course, and it will enable other people to know what happens in journalism, besides us being known as people who carry cameras, but there are various aspects that happen in journalism.
I'm standing before you.
Okurut Timothy, reporting for Media Link News.
Moving on, the Dartmouth Humanitarian Engineering University has partnered with Uganda Christian University to install a solar water system that provides hot water for the Janan Luum Dining Hall. Charity Kide followed up this initiative and now brings us this report.
engineering students at Uganda Christian University and from Dartmouth Humanitarian College are working on installation of more solar for heating hot water, which is used for cooking in the dining hall. Firewood is the primary source of heat for cooking meals at the university kitchen. Out of the 10 cookers in the kitchen, 6 are reserved for heating water and washing of utensils. Innocent Okurut narrates to us how the solar system works.
Basically consists of solar panels that are embedded with coils in them that boil the water, not boil, they heat up the water, and the water is then sent into a storage tank from which the kitchen people can draw out the water. This system has been running for a year now, and what we are doing this year is expanding the system, and hopefully it would help to handle maybe the lunch and maybe other hot water needs during the day for the kitchen people.
Nalutaya Benson says the project has hoped to reduce on the workload in the kitchen, since the hot water can be used for preparing breakfast and meals, and it has reduced on the usage of firewood by 50%.
For making breakfast in the morning, because breakfast, students need to find tea ready by about half past 6 a.m. And so we use a lot of firewood to make sure that it is ready. And now they have to install this, and they have simplified that work so much that we get water that's almost at the boiling temperature. And in most cases, it's between 60 degrees Celsius to 75 degrees Celsius. Halfway cooked, then they have to just boil and finish to make the tea. Then at least it has simplified on the usage of firewood by about, it has reduced on the usage by about, we should say, by about 50%. Because we have gauged what we used last semester as compared to this semester. We are so far not even halfway the amount of firewood.
Anna Eugene, a student from Dartmouth, is excited to finally be able to work on a project which she has been waiting for 2 years.
We're working on this solar project that heats water for use in the dining hall for cooking. And I've been working on this project for about 2 years now. And I found it really rewarding, and I'm glad that I get to be here on the ground and making it happen.
The solar project has been running for a year, but its expansion will make it easy for the kitchen team, since this will make their work easy. The benefits of the project include reduction of the long awaiting hours for the kitchen team, and on the environmental side, it has reduced on the greenhouse gas emulsion from the firewood burnt. Statistics indicate that in the last 30 years, the forest cover in Uganda has been reduced from 24% to only 12%. And if there is no intervention to the current rate of destruction of forests. Charity James, reporting for Media Link News.
This week, the Ministry of Gender organized an anti-homosexuality campaign geared at raising awareness and drawing precaution against the vice. The highlight of the campaign was a session with renowned family advocate Dr. Stephen Langa on Tuesday during the community worship hour. These are the details.
That is the problem. That group is the one that is bringing problems to the world.
With the theme, Hope in a Depraved Homosexual Culture, the Ministry of Gender and Social Affairs under the 25th Guild government ignited the anti-homosexuality campaign. In line with the Health and Wellness Week, between 26th and 30th June, the ministry started the campaign to eliminate the activity in the minds of the youth and be convicted to receive the gift of salvation. In partnership with the Ruth Nkoyoyo Wellness Center and Para Counselors Association, Dr. Stephen Langa was invited to preach to students against the norm.
Next slide, there's a quotation I came across. It says, the foundation of any human civilization is a moral and healthy sexual constitution. Everything else is window dressing. Homosexuality destroyed Rome. The last bill that the Roman Empire Senate passed was same-sex marriage, and it collapsed. So the idea of condomizing the world is not really to prevent diseases, to prevent HIV. That is just pouring sand on people's faces. The real thing is get sex out there. Let people sleep around. Because that's how this religion propagates. So the front line of the battle to de-Christianize the world is at the level of sexuality. That's the front line to de-Christianize the world, is sexuality. Because once radical sexuality comes in, then automatically Christianity and the values of Christianity.
Different students gave us their view on how helpful the campaign has been to the rest of the university.
Yeah, I'm happy about this campaign, homosexuality campaign. I mean, it's a problem within the society, and the only way to address a problem is by talking about it instead of keeping quiet about it.
Today we had a sermon to talk actually kind of a introduction and actually brief about homosexuality and maybe how we can do away with it, and how we can associate with those that are engaged into the immoral act. Personally, I will take it to be an immoral act because, as the scripture says, that it shall be man and woman, that will be for marriage, not man for man.
Honorables Emmanuel Abura and Dismas Nuwaine, the ministers in charge of Ministry of Gender and Social Affairs, expressed themselves towards the campaign.
This week, basically, it's a health and wellness week. What happens, so amongst the programs that we are having for this week, we have the anti-homosexuality campaign, which has been running from Monday. At the moment, we are creating awareness on the dangers of such acts. We as Uganda Christian University, we are Christian-based universities, and such kind of acts is highly condemned. So we as the ministry, we have stood up strong and firm to disagree with such acts.
Okay. Winston Churchill once said in the days of the old that future battles will be ideological battles and not battles of warfare and all sorts of ammunitions and arms. So what does this bring us to? We are university students. This is an audience that people are struggling to tap into. In case someone has propaganda to spread, they will first come to students because they are the foundations of the future. And Uganda has a lot of youth and a lot of people who are within this age that we are. So this gay machinery and propaganda has also infiltrated university institutions. We cannot be so sure of the statistics of maybe perhaps the students here at Uganda Christian University, but what we try and ought to do is to advance a message, to let people know the truth, because this is a Christian-based university where we believe in absolute truth that is, biblically scripted.
In his sharing, Dr. Stephen Langa's sermon took many forms of opposition against the dreaded act of homosexuality. He emphasized that it is a behavioral factor and not a genetic one, and so it can be unlearned. Pamela Nabure, reporting for Media Link News.
In our University Icon series, we bring you a brief about our dining hall, Janan Luwum. Pamela Nabure took a walk around its premises, did a few interviews, and now brings us this report.
Did you know that Janan Luwum DH used to be the size of a classroom? Well, now it can accommodate over 500 students from morning to evening. These students come here to discuss, have lunch, have fun. The students have also maximized this dining hall for academic purposes like the student discussions. Mr. Benson, the manager, gave us a brief background of Janan Luwum DH.
Named after the first bishop of Church of Uganda, who was killed. Do I remember the year? But that was around 1976? 1976. And was killed by the former president of Uganda, Idi Amin. And then formerly the dining, you know, maybe we shall again backtrack that initially this university, before it became Uganda Christian University, it was teaching the clergy men and women, and that's why it was accommodated the other side in a small room and with few numbers. But when it opened up to now teaching degrees and diplomas, that meant that the population had grown, and the services are better, because you can see now how it has become even a reading space because of the internet available. It's spacious.
It also contains a bakery that offers fresh ready-to-eat bread and cakes in different sizes and at different prices.
We have varieties of bites that we provide, because we have our menu for, I think it is a weekly menu that we run from Monday to Sundays, and every day we do change our bites. So the bites we make we have like buns, we make donuts, we have rock buns, we have jam buns or sweet rolls, we have mandazis, we have donuts, and each of the day we give at least 2 different bites, so that whoever doesn't want oily bites would go for the dry bites. And we have also some loaves of bread. We do make the small loaves, which we do even sell to some of our clients. They come from out. There are those who are even students within. We have the big ones. The small ones go for 2,500 shillings, and the big loaves go for 5,000.
Here are a few thoughts that the students shared about Jan and Luum DH.
Why I think it's called Jan and Luum, it's because of it's a nice name, I think, which matched with it to be like towards the DH, like probably it fits the DH side. That's where I found out, like.
I enjoy reading from the DH because it's convenient, there is enough space, and it's always clean. I think it was named Jan and Luum after the Archbishop in his memory. That's what I think.
Pamela Nabre, Media Link News.
If you've been around campus this past week, you are probably aware of the proceedings of the Health Awareness Week that's been ongoing. This report brings the details of its activities.
The 25th Guild government has organized a health week from 25th to 30th June, which comprises of activities such as class rounds, blood donation, BMI checking, COVID vaccination, and interaction between students and counselors. Nan Tambi Victoria, Minister of Health in the Guild government, shares more about the events of the week.
This week has been our Health Awareness Week, and it's been amazing, it's been great. We've had various health activities happening here and there. We've had class rounds that were doing health awareness and sensitization. We had a tent in front of the library where students came in and donated blood. We've had over 140 students donate blood. We also had BMI screening. Students were able to come take their height, their weight, get advised accordingly if they have to drop some habits and adopt some other health habits. We also had counseling sessions. Students were booking counseling sessions. We've had dancing trainings and lessons. We also have hiking today in the evening, starting at 5. Meeting place will be Alan Galpin. We encourage all students to come and develop these fitness activities that are good for their health, but also connect with one another. My experience during this week has been great. I've been blessed by students who came and badly wanted to donate blood, and unfortunately some maybe were a bit of underweight. So I encourage all of you to feed well, and once you hear about the activity coming soon, you're encouraged to eat well and be healthy for that day, so that we are all able to save lives out there. For all the students that were able to come and donate blood, thank you so much. Just one person's blood saves about 3 babies. So thank you so much, and you save adult mothers, accident victims. For all that have donated blood, thank you so much. Those that have loved the health talk, please take it on and put it in practice.
Students actively participated in the event through donating blood too. Some it was their first time, but they really loved the new experience.
It is really a privilege to be part of this event, because it is really a way of getting out to people and helping out very many people who are not privileged to have such chances like us, because of the various things that happen around the world, the accidents. Some people are in operations. So in this way, you are able to get out to the world. So this gives me a joy to be able to know, however much I may not know to whom I'm helping or whom am I going to help, but I know it's going to be helpful to someone. So this very thing, first of all, gives me joy, gives me happiness in my heart. And being my first time to do this, I really feel like, yeah, I'm getting out to someone who really needs some help. It is a great experience.
Ms. Tukhaire Bethe from Nakasero Blood Bank is delighted that the Health Week has been of benefit to both the students and her team.
This blood, you see, it is very important. In the hospitals out there, for an operation to happen, a unit of blood must be there. Because, you know, blood, the heart that pumps it, if it doesn't have that blood, it will not pump blood or pass through the body. And without blood, someone cannot survive, because it's blood that transports the nutrients, that transports each and everything in the body.
Charity James, reporting for Media Link News.
Abitu Musime, a second-year student of journalism and communication, has taken a deep dive into the world of performing arts. He is exploiting a number of avenues like social media, movie production, and acting as well. Our reporter Vanessa Madrega caught up with him and delivered this report.
Just say, Timothy.
You have my full permission. You can go and get on with your life. Go find a real man.
Many of you might find him to be an ordinary person, just a simple guy walking on compound or anywhere. But here, I bring you an amazing actor, a writer, a content creator, a producer. So many that I don't even know about. But today I have him. Let him have the floor and get us into that picture of what he's doing. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce the one and only Abetu Musime. Hi, Abe.
Hello.
I am so delighted to have you today. I really love your content.
Thank you.
One of my favorites is the Fear Women. I don't know why you fear us. I don't know why you fear us, but it was really so creative. The masterpiece, how you wake up and have the Fear Women breakfast and all that.
First thing I do when I wake up is to fear women. Oh my god, oh my god. Then I brush my teeth. Brush my teeth. Then I have some Fear Women breakfast. Fear Women. Sweet potatoes are right there. Actually, I never knew that I wanted to be an actor. I first acted with my mom.
Okay.
Years back, I think it was in O-level. Some comedy that we uploaded to YouTube, and it got some nice engagement. So I realized I could be a bit funny when it is scripted, obviously.
Yeah.
When you find me in real life, you may not find me funny, no?
Actually, it's so scary because you're this quiet person, and when someone gets to see you on a screen, it's like, is this the person I'm studying with, or is this the person I work with? It's so hard to take in that. So I'm wondering, how do you get into character from this Abby we know to the other Abby?
About getting into character, there are two things, three actually. The first thing is I was taught. Okay. I was just taught by someone called Douglas Biarohanga. Then I read some books about it. So what I know about getting into character is that you get to know the person you're going to act as and understand his life. you feel like you're living his life, feel his trouble, feel his sorrow, feel his happiness, if it's supposed to be happiness. And that is why when you find like some of my videos or like films or series I've featured in, at that point when you want me to be sad, you really see I'll be sad. Yeah, and when it's time for being happy, I'll be happy. If it's a mixed mood, you really see it on my face that it's a mixed mood. It's just understanding the person, understanding the character you're living in the movie.
Okay. So moving on to the next question, what are some of the productions that you've been in? Because we have seen like many of them, but I would like you to tell us what are some of the productions that you've acted in or produced or wrote, something like that.
Yeah, producing, I've not produced so many big things, but I've produced a few. I'll say acting, maybe the one people know me of is Guys, the Guys series, but I've acted in a film Presets, and then I've acted in a film called Drugs and Deal, and then some others I wasn't like featuring, you know, being a big actor or a major actor.
During your acting career or field or path, what is that breakthrough that you really feel it was really a breakthrough when it comes to your career?
Acting. Okay.
Like that particular movie or scene or something like that.
It was Guys.
The impact. What makes you think it was Guys?
When we had just released Guys, like the first episodes, because we used to release episode per week. So in the first episodes, most of the people told me, man, it's like God brought that sickness to take you away from dancing and make you concentrate on what you can do best. Sometimes it sounds sarcastic or bad. You may feel like, okay, I've not been dancing well, so you mean I've not been dancing well. Eh? But then the appreciation that someone gives you openly really matters. So we released Guys on YouTube, and then after some time I watched a video of some creator, in fact a musician, who said that social media tools are tools for creating CVs and resumes. They are digital resumes. Put what you do onto social media, let the algorithm push you to the people that love what you do, and then you'll grow. Sometimes it's luck, sometimes it's what you do. So that is when I decided to start posting Guys right from episode 1 to the last on TikTok. And yeah, people welcomed it.
How was the engagement to it?
Oh,
did you get like feedback from the audience that were following it? And
serious.
How was the feedback?
People loved it. Like most people told me this doesn't look like Uganda.
Okay.
The acting is so good. You know, there are those words that made me feel so sweet.
I know.
And I realized, okay guys, I can really act.
I know.
Yeah, so yeah, Guys really pushed me on TikTok. It really pushed me. I had 3,000 followers. It pushed me to 15,000 followers in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. So when Guys season 1 got done, like on TikTok, my friend told me that, man, you're just an actor. You're an actor, in fact. So don't look for the things the films you featured in to put there. Create short content for TikTok and let it push you. Yeah, so that is when I decided to continue with TikTok.
Talking about content, can we bring in the fact of Fear Women? So you talked about it being a trend, but the way you lived the trend, how did you even come up with the creativeness to be like, I'm having Fear Women breakfast and all that? It was really funny.
So first rule of this is don't look for what you don't have.
Okay.
I used what I had. I had potatoes in my fridge that day. So I made tea with potatoes that day. And then Cindy told me, let's record tea and potatoes as your Fear Women breakfast. And I was like, yeah, it will work. And then, so I thought, I was like, what do people do when they're depressed? People listen to sad music. I said, no, now let me create a Fear Women playlist on my Spotify. And it's what we shall put as the Fear Women playlist. Brushing is normal. Brushing is normal. And then in the evening when I was about to post the video, my friend came in. His name is Owen.
Yeah.
I always act with him.
Yeah.
So he came in and was like, no. Let's add the counselor, the Fear Women counselor. So that is when we acted with Owen, the Fear Women counselor part, and we added to the clip. So at first the sound wasn't that good, and then he told me he has an idea of some guy who did a Louis Vuitton routine.
What's that routine?
Some guy was like, he wakes up, has a Louis Vuitton breakfast, goes to the Louis Vuitton toilet.
I watched that.
So he told me, just do a narrative comedy.
The flow.
Let the videos play. Just do a voiceover.
Oh, I get.
So with the voiceover.
You did a voiceover with the videos that you had
No.
recorded?
I put the videos together and then I made the voiceover as they were playing in CapCut.
That's amazing.
The voiceover just took me 2 takes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I was just supposed to sound sad or what.
You're really creative. So
Thanks.
basing on that, what's your favorite part in your career path so far?
Favorite part is receiving donations.
What kind of donation?
Not so big, but you know, you find someone and the guy's like, man, I love your content, you guys keep up, and then he gives you 50,000 for data.
Okay.
Just like that on the street.
Keep up.
Yeah, it's really good when people show that they know what you're doing and they acknowledge that it's good.
Yeah.
It gives motivation so much.
Okay. Do you have like a team that you work with, a company or something like that?
Yeah, I have a team here that I work with right now, but then I belong to a company.
Which company is that?
Trails Media.
What's it about?
It's a media company, photography, videography, web developers. Like we do that kind of work: web developing, videography, photography, and then application development, software.
Yeah.
I think that is it.
So where do you belong in that company? Which category do you like?
I'm a project manager.
Project manager. That's a big one. All right. As we're concluding our entire interview, we have hope in you. We see Uganda's best treasure coming in the film industry. Yeah. So you personally, where do you see yourself in 10 years or 5 years from now? Because the impact is big. I might say 10 years, but they're just 2 years from now. So where do you see that Abe Tumusime that we know as Timo, as the Fear Women person or something? Where do you see yourself?
I usually fear answering that question. But then, when we come to what I think I will be or what I hope to be in the coming years, the best way I can express it is using Luganda.
Go on.
Njagala kubeera wakabi.
Surely, I love it. I love it. You want to be someone better, or you just want to be good in everything that you do?
Njagala kubeera wakabi and rich.
Exactly. So yeah, I understand. Drawing you back to that part, I really love it. The Fear Women. Could you please demonstrate, draw a picture for the audience who have not yet got a chance to see it? How actually you put it out there? What exactly did you put in that clip so that they can be intrigued to go and watch it?
I'll just redo the voiceover.
Surely.
It goes like, first thing I do in the morning when I wake up is to fear women. Oh my God. Then I go and brush my teeth. I brush my teeth and I go and have Fear Women breakfast. Fear Women sweet potatoes there, you can see. And then my Fear Women counselor comes around and says, Abe, there's nothing in this world better than fearing women. This is all rubbish. Fear women, man. Fear women. And I'm like, okay, man, thank you so much. This is so helpful. Then I go and listen to my Fear Women playlist. And then I live in such a Fear Women environment.
And that is it.
That is it.
Oh my God. If you haven't watched it, go check out his YouTube channel, is it?
YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, it's everywhere.
Abe Tumusime.
Abe Tumusime.
Go check him out, subscribe, like, comment, and share. So thank you for today. That will be it.
Thank you for keeping us company till the end of our news bulletin. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and follow us on our social media platforms at UCU Focus TV on both Twitter and Instagram. You can as well follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Merinah on Instagram and at Mbabazi on Twitter. You are also welcome to the premiere of the anticipated Cookies and Sweets this evening at Nkoyoyo Hall. Have yourselves a lovely weekend.
You are watching UCU Focus TV.